What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, and welcome back to the Marvelous Wave. We're here, guys. We're in the home stretch for those of you that aren't pressed, including myself. I have obviously not seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet, but the press saw it last night in Los Angeles, which means there are actually people out there among the public that have seen Spider-Man No Way Home. Anyway, we do have some updates for you, but it's not really pertaining to No Way Home, but rather the future of the Spider-Man character, and a lot of the new information that we learned on the red carpet, which was actually quite substantial. And we learned some interesting stuff specifically having to do with Spider-Man and his future in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as well as reaffirming plans that were announced several days ago. So let's go ahead and buckle in, as we have some pretty awesome news to break down in this video. First though, we are giving away the Far From Home hot toy on December 17th. To enter to win, all you gotta do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let me know in the comments which of the 3 Spider-Men you're most excited to see. On the 17th, if I reply to your comment, you are the winner of the hot toy. Now, let's get into it. Like I said, we actually have a lot to break down pertaining to the future of Spider-Man, but let's go ahead and start off with some of the biggest. On the red carpet, Spider-Man's future in the MCU specifically was talked about, and the plans for his next appearance, which will likely obviously be not in a solo film, as one of the producers over at Sony gave us a little bit of an insight on how they've handled the Spider-Man character appearing in the MCU and utilizing MCU characters, Doctor Strange being the most prominent superhero that was utilized in No Way Home. They went on to explain that since they were allowed to use Doctor Strange and place this Spider-Man film within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that Disney Marvel now has the rights to use Spider-Man in one of their movies, a movie of their choice, which is very much what we saw in the previous entries of the MCU, with Spider-Man first appearing all the way back in 2016 in a fully formed Marvel Disney production in Captain America Civil War, but then going on to have his own solo film, but with Iron Man being present there. They sort of trade back and forth, so the next time we'll see Spider-Man will not be in his own solo film and will likely not be in a Sony film either, but it's very possible that he will be appearing in a Marvel film. My bet would be the Fantastic Four, as Spider-Man has a very layered history with Marvel's first family. And if it is indeed a part of the plan to have Spider-Man appear in another Marvel production before he gets another solo film, this would be the best bet. Again, looking back to Captain America Civil War, showing that image of Spider-Man with Captain America's shield was sort of a big moment for the universe, and sort of a big announcement to the public over at large that now Spider-Man was in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And using a character like Spider-Man now to affiliate more public fans with the idea of the Fantastic Four being set in the MCU makes a lot of sense, as again, this is uncharted territory, and this is a formula that Marvel has used to great effect in the past. Also, information that came from the red carpet premiere, Jamie Foxx in an interview stated that they were in fact going to move forward with a Tom Holland trilogy set in more of a college era of his life, again confirming plans that Sony did have another trilogy in the works. And although we won't focus on this for very long, it's just reaffirming what we already know. Tom Holland himself, though, did have a few comments about the Spider-Man character and his immediate future a few days ago, stating that now that we've had 3 films in just a few years, it's time for the Spider-Man character to take a hiatus. The character of Spider-Man will likely appear later down the line in again a Marvel film or potentially Venom 3, but at least according to Tom Holland and the current plan over at Sony, Spider-Man will be taking a break after No Way Home, which is quite appropriate as again, this is its own confined trilogy, and it needs to be treated as such. Just as the Avengers are taking a break after Endgame, so does Spider-Man after No Way Home. If you look at it like this, Thor Love and Thunder is slated to release in 2022, but the last time Thor got his own solo film was in Ragnarok in 2017, meaning that at the minimum, we likely will not see another Spider-Man solo outing for around 5 years. But again, just like Thor has, he'll likely appear along the way in other stories and movies. Moving on to some more information, Jon Favreau, who of course is the original director of Iron Man and portrays Happy Hogan in the MCU, stated that his character in Happy was originally slated to be killed off in Iron Man 3, but that Jon Favreau was able to convince Kevin Feige to keep him around for a few more films and to give him an integral role with the Spider-Man character, which obviously he did. And for our final piece of news and update, Tom Holland also revealed that they were originally going to keep all 5 of the villains from across the multiverse a complete secret for No Way Home, and the original marketing plan that Sony had was to pit Doctor Strange and Spider-Man against one another and build up Spider-Man Spider-Man No Way Home as a sort of multiversal civil war, with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man going head to head just like Iron Man and Cap had all the way back in 2016. Feel like I'm talking a lot about Civil War in this video, but Civil War is one of the most important Marvel films of all time, so it makes sense. So that was the original marketing plan that Sony had, but along the way, due to all of the leaks, they decided to adjust their game plan and go full swing into the villains, obviously keeping a lot of secrets, cough cough, Toby and Andrew close to the belt, but revealing others in the form of Otto Octavius, the Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, and the Lizard. But that's pretty much all we have right now. Again, the biggest news being is that Spider-Man will likely be appearing in a Marvel project far before he gets another solo outing, and that, quote, there is another commitment and another turn that Marvel will have to take. For those of you interested, this is actually the full quote. It's reciprocal, so we lend one and then they lend one, and that's how Benedict Cumberbatch is in this movie, so we have one more to lend back. That's committed. But the thing that I can say, and that this actually is the accurate scoop on this, which is the two companies have a terrific working relationship. I think it's a mutual hope that we would love to continue working together, but there really isn't anything definitive at this moment, because the truth of the matter is, we gotta ride Spider-Man No Way Home and see what happens. Anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on this, and what are your thoughts on all of the news that we covered in this video? Are you excited to see Spider-Man No Way Home? And for those of you lucky few that have seen it, what did you think about it? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Again, don't forget to enter the Spider-Man Far From Home Hot Toy giveaway. Thank you guys so much for your viewership leading up to Spider-Man No Way Home, and I look forward to discussing the film in depth with you guys once everyone has seen it. As always, hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.